We love y'all. We want y'all to get it right, at least get it close to right. And obviously it's subjective. Y'all don't gotta clap at everything.
It's crazy. It really is crazy. These judges, these lawyers, this fraud, collusion, who knows what it's for, money or friendships or whatever they got going on. But I can honestly say that we should never go in the courtroom feeling like we're already the victims and we did nothing wrong.
Ain't nobody really tell them what to do and they just get to act the fool. Free Beyonce.
They made their billions moving in silence, but baby, what happens when that silence starts screaming? The streets are buzzing and the whispers round Beyonce and JayZ, louder than church gossip on Easter Sunday. And no, this ain't about hits, high fashion or power moves. This right here is about betrayal, legacy, and a secret so messy it might shake the very throne the Carters built. Word on the legal vine is that a judge may have told Hove to swab up for a DNA test. Cause Rymir Satterthwaite, a 31-year-old with Jay's whole face, claims he's the love child of a hush-hush fling from way back in the early 90s. If them test results hit the way Rymir been saying for years. Phew! This ain't just about who signs a birth certificate. This might blow up the most guarded union in the game. And sis, they say Queen Bey might already be grabbing her crown and heading for the exit.
I really wanted to find out who my father was, and for the case not to go how I was planning it, I really thought it was going to go different than...
Behind closed doors, looks like Beyonce been laying the groundwork for her exit like she's moving chess pieces. Not checkers, boo. Folks in the know, real estate hawks and jet-set sleuths, been peeping some curious moves. Solo flights logged under hush-hush aliases, quiet property grabs in Malibu and Paris, and her security muscle getting shuffled away from Jay like he on probation. One of her longtime guards even spilled that sis been training for solo life like it's the damn Olympics. That ain't just space, baby, that's strategic detachment. And let's keep it a buck, this ain't a woman who rolls dice on her future, not when there's generational wealth, 3 babies, and a PR machine slicker than NASA's shuttle program to protect.
Not just about me. If I gotta fight for all of us, I will, but I won't let the court systems just walk over me. I won't let JayZ, I won't let no one just walk over me and tell me something because y'all just saying this. I want the truth. And if we can't go to the Supreme Courts, the regular courts, to find out the truth, what are they here for?
Let's talk symbols, baby. Cause with Beyonce, it ain't always what she says, it's what she silently serves. For years, the Beyhive worshipped that IV ink on her ring finger, same as Jay's, marking birthdays, vows, and what they called destiny. But lately, that IV been ghost. Laser faded, cropped in pics, then poof, nowhere in sight. These days, her left hand stays stunting in designer ice, but ain't showing no love to yesterday. And listen, this is a woman who curates her IG like scripture. Every caption got purpose, every post a sermon. So don't play. This wasn't no slip-up. That was a silent goodbye, a veiled memorial. And while some fans want to chalk it up to just fashion, insiders are whispering what we all see. Sis sent a message loud and clear.
Obviously it's subjective because, it's music and it's opinion-based, but, some things.
And baby, the tea just keeps getting thicker than cold grits. Folks deep in the legal trenches of this Satterthwaite saga been whispering about something called a separation simulation. One entertainment lawyer with ties to Rock Nation spilled that Bey's camp kicked off a whole legal lockdown back in 2021. Think offshore trust checks, new crib leases just for her and the babies, and a fresh set of lawyers, not dealing with contracts, but straight up family law. That's right, this ain't no caught off guard moment. This smells like divorce prep, but make it luxury and calculated. If you think it sounds chess-like, that's 'cause it is. Every move points to Queen Bey knowing what time it was long before the DNA headlines hit. Sis wasn't shocked, she was strapped in and ready.
God in there. So at what age then did you start to question, who your parents could be?
Well, I wouldn't say I started to question it, but I said around like 7, maybe 6. And I think it started at 6. And, you know, my mom was just telling me that my father wasn't my father. But as a kid, you know, I really didn't look.
Which brings us right back to Rymir. This ain't just some headline fodder. This is a grown man who spent damn near his whole adult life trying to get JayZ to look him in the eye and say, "You mine." His mama, Miss Wanda, been filing affidavits like clockwork. His guardians went to bat in courtrooms, pushing for justice, only to hit wall after wall, sealed files, red tape, and a legal game built for folks with deep pockets. Rymir grew up fatherless while the man he believes is his father had lawyers like body armor. But now, the thread done slipped. Somewhere in the shuffle of recent court chaos, a judge, still unnamed, put it in black and white. JayZ, it's time to swab. And word is, Beyonce's done sitting pretty waiting to see how her king handles the storm.
Basically, my mom was at a show and she was with a friend. And I know, I guess her and her friend stayed to, after the show, he was doing little signings and little autographs and stuff like that. I guess he wasn't too big, but you know, I guess females, when the show is over, you can sign little autographs and stuff like that, talk to the people who perform. She said she went up there.
Word on the curb. The trust is gone, and not just cause of what Rymir might be, but how deep the cover-up ran. Sources say Beyonce been knew about the paternity chatter years back, but it's the layers she just uncovered that got her heated. We're talking legal trickery so slick it could make a soap villain blush. Whispers, real whispers, from 2 ex-Rock Nation execs and a paralegal tied to the Jersey case claim JayZ's legal crew may have slid some favors or sweetened deals to a court official linked to Rock Nation, all to bury Rymir's case on a loophole. That tea ain't gone public yet, but it's buzzing through music law circles like it's wildfire at a dry cookout. And baby, if this hits the blogs, whew, it's curtains.
All appears calm and normal until Solange Knowles, Beyonce's sister, lunges at her brother-in-law.
And baby, if even half this mess turns out to be real, the fallout gon' be seismic. We ain't just talking about a man lying. This would be a full-blown scheme to hush up a child, all to keep a billion-dollar brand squeaky clean. And Bey, the queen of empowerment, of generational healing, of mama bear magic, suddenly looking like she played the quiet co-star in a cover-up. Phew, that ain't the image we signed up for. Not from the woman who turned heartbreak into lemonade. That calm silence she wears like a crown, it starts looking less like grace and more like PR chess. But one thing's for sure, you can only sip your tea in peace for so long before the whole table wants answers. And baby, the world is thirsty.
I got anything, so why wouldn't I believe my mom? Like, you know, we could have been settled this, and it only takes a conversation and some words, you know. I'm not a hateful guy. I don't hate anyone. I'm not after nobody. I'm not trying to see no one downfall, but this is just some, you know, some things that just went through court and they just expected me to just sit there and just take what they were saying. I can't.
Meanwhile, the vibes at their public outings, straight up uncanny. They pulling up to galas in separate rides, flashing those PR smiles like mannequins, no touch, no spark. At one LA dinner, they sat on opposite ends of the table, flanked by handlers, barely a glance between them. And when Beyonce brought Blue Ivy to the grand opening of JayZ's exhibit in Brooklyn, baby, she showed up solo, smiled like she practiced in the mirror, then dipped before the after party even popped off. One staffer put it plain. She looked like a woman on duty, not a wife celebrating her man. It's the kind of crack you miss till the photos stop breathing. Now the Hive is in detective mode, rewinding old interviews, dissecting lyrics, scanning every glance. That one moment at the Renaissance premiere, Jay leaned in for a kiss and Bey tilted just enough for it to land on her cheek. And don't even start on the tour looks, golds and silvers shining, no more blues and blacks, diamonds outshining that ring and her speeches. Baby, she thanked God, the fans her babies, but Jay, not a word.
Exactly 10 years ago, They say this was a party for Diddy's son, King Combs, but all the names involved here are huge. Huge. Talking Beyonce, JayZ, LeBron James. Now, all of those people are just witnesses, according to this lawsuit.
All this mess is throwing one big shadow over JayZ's world, because while he fighting off lawsuits tied to that paternity drama and some old skeletons creeping out of darker closets, Beyoncé out here looking like she planning her quiet escape. Her camp's on lock, shutting down interviews, dropping soft, "nah, we're fine" statements, and recycling throwback family pics to keep the public from panicking. But baby, pull back that velvet curtain and the show backstage. Whole different plot. We've seen this playbook before. Curated visuals, cold shoulders in public, and a slow fade from Mrs. Carter to Beyoncé Knowles, period. And if you think this is just a little lover's spat, think again. A source close to her Houston circle swears she's already had 2 sit-downs with a heavyweight divorce attorney known for clean, quiet splits where the money runs long. That ain't no rumor, boo. That's ink on calendars.
It's crazy. It really is crazy. These judges, these lawyers, this fraud, collusion. Who knows what it's for? Money or friendships or whatever they got going on. But I can honestly say that we should never go in the courtroom feeling like we're already the victims and we did nothing wrong.
Sound off in the comments, baby. Let's get into this tea. If you rockin' with the vibe, go ahead and tap that like. And if you new to the crew, smash that subscribe real quick. Don't sleep on the bell either. Hit that so you always catch the hot drops first. Appreciate y'all for rolling through.